Hello dear students, in previous video we learned the concepts of electric flux, electric dipole and electric dipole moment. Now in today's class we are going to discuss two important derivations which is related to the electric dipole. Dear students, we know that charge due to the electric dipole is equal to 0. But electric field due to the electric dipole is not equal to 0 because they are separated at some distance. Now we are going to derive two derivations which we are going to find electric field in two different cases. Now let us discuss the first derivation, that is nothing but electric field at a point on the dipole axis. This is the one of the cases in which we are going to derive the expression for electric field, and I am considering a point on the dipole axis. To derive this one, first we have to consider dipoles. Dipole means we know that a pair of equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance, right? See here I am considering pair of equal and opposite charges. So here I am considering one positive charge plus Q, and here one negative charge. Okay, see here these are the charges and which is called as a dipole, and they are separated at a distance. Both the charges has equal magnitude. Okay, so there is a distance between two charges, and the center of this dipole I am taking as O. Okay, from the positive charge to the center its distance is taken as A. Similarly, from the negative charge to the center, its distance is taking as another A. Then the total distance between two charges are 2A. And we know that dipole moment direction always from negative charge to the positive charge. So this is the electric dipole direction which is from negative to positive charge. Understood? So now I want to find the electric field at a point on the dipole axis. We know that this line which is joining two charges is called as a dipole length or a dipole axis. Now what I am going to do is I am extending this dipole length like this. So this is the dipole axis which is I am extending here, and I am considering one point on this dipole axis. Let us assume that this is a point in which I am going to find electric field at this point. That point I am taking as a point P. Okay. Now I want to find electric field at point P due to both the charges. Now this point I have considered this point I am considered here, that has a distance r from the center of the electric dipole. So distance from point P to center of the electric dipole, that is I am taking as r. This is the distance of the point P from the center. And here the distance of the point P from the charge minus Q, that one becomes, see here, from point P to center it is r, and center to minus charge, that is minus Q, that is already it is A. Then total distance from point P to charge minus Q is nothing but R plus A. R plus A. R plus A. And similarly here, distance from positive charge to point P is nothing but C. From center to positive charge its distance is A. From center to the point P its distance is R. Then from positive charge to point P its distance becomes r minus a. So this distance becomes r minus minus A. Understood? Now I am going to show the direction of electric field due to the positive charge and negative charge at point P. Now first we will see the direction of electric field at point P due to the positive charge. We know that due to the positive charge, electric field direction always outward. So that electric field direction due to the positive charge at point P, that is outward direction. So this is the direction of electric field due to the positive charge. That one I am taking as E plus Q vector. And we know that electric field direction due to the negative charge is always inward. So that the direction of electric field at point P is like this. So this is the inward direction of electric field. That one I am taking as E minus Q vector. Okay. Now I have to find the electric field at point P due to the electric dipole. Okay. So first we will consider electric field at point P due to charge plus Q. Now first I am going to write electric field at point P due to charge plus Q. That one I am taking as E plus Q vector is equal to, we know that expression for electric field, that is nothing but we already written E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R square into R cap. So this is the expression. In general we are writing the electric field. So now we are going to find the electric field at point P due to the positive charge. So that E plus vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Here charge is nothing but positive charge. So Q divided by the distance from positive charge to point P is nothing but R minus A. But due to the equation we are taking as R square, then this one becomes R minus A square. And we should represent the direction of electric field. To represent the direction of electric field, I am taking the direction or unit vector as a P cap. P cap is nothing but this is the unit vector which is used to represent the direction. But here why I am taking as P cap means, see here the dipole moment is P vector. This is also a vector quantity. Here electric field also a vector quantity. If you observe here, the electric field direction due to the positive charge and electric dipole moment direction, which is in the same direction, right? So that I am taking here P cap as the unit vector which is used to represent the direction of electric field. Okay, so that I am writing here P cap. Okay, so this is equation 1. This is the expression for electric field at point P due to the charge plus Q. Similarly, now I am going to write the electric field at point P due to the charge minus Q. So electric field at point P due to charge minus Q. So using same equation we are writing here. See here, electric field due to the charge minus Q I am writing as E minus Q vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by the distance from negative charge to point P is nothing but R plus A. So that here I am writing R plus A whole square. And if you observe the direction of electric field, okay, direction of electric field due to the negative charge which is opposite in direction to the electric dipole moment. So that here I am taking as a unit vector as a minus P cap because the direction of electric field and electric dipole moment are opposite to each other. Okay, so these are the two expressions which represent the electric field at point P due to the positive and negative charges. Now I am going to find total electric field at point P. I am going to find electric field due to the electric dipole moment, electric dipole. So that I am taking total electric field at point P due to both positive and negative charge. So total electric field or net electric field at point P due to electric dipole, okay. So that one I am taking as a E vector is equal to, using superposition principle, E vector is equal to E plus Q vector plus E minus Q vector. Okay, I am adding these two equations. Then we will get E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R minus A square P cap plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R plus A square minus P cap. Okay. See here, if you observe here that in these two equations, Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught P cap are the common terms. Now I am taking the common terms out, then equation become E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q, that means Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught inside the bracket 1 by R minus A whole square, and this minus I am taking here, so that minus 1 by R plus A whole square, and P cap is common, that is I am writing out P cap. Okay. So next what I am doing here is, so I am see here, simplifying this equation Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. By simplification it can be written as a cross multiplication I get R plus A square minus R minus A whole square divided by here R square minus A square, R square minus A square to the whole square. Then this one is P cap. Okay. So in the next step we will see here. See here, R plus A whole square minus R minus A whole square. So this one in A plus B whole square form. This one is in A minus B whole square form. So if I substitute that formula, after cancellation and all, I will get here 4RA. Okay. After simplification, this equation becomes E vector is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. After simplification, so here in the numerator I will get to 4RA divided by R square minus A square whole square P cap. Okay. See here, if I take this Q inside this bracket, then E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, and I am writing this 4 as a 2 into 2. See here, 2 into 2, and taking Q inside, 2 into Q into A into R. Okay. In the denominator, R square minus A square whole square P cap. Okay. But here, see here, 2QA. 2QA is nothing but electric dipole moment. We know that electric dipole moment is nothing but P is equal to 2AQ. This is the magnitude of electric dipole moment. Electric dipole moment is nothing but it is the product of magnitude of one of the charge and distance between the two charges. Then it is called as electric dipole moment. So that I can substitute 2AQ as P. Right. Then I will get E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2 into 2AQ is nothing but P into R divided by R square minus A square whole square p cap. Okay. So this is the expression I will get. After again simplification we will get. So this is the term in which we are getting after simplification from here. So here see the distance r. The distance r is nothing but the distance from the center of the dipole to the point P. And A is nothing but here the distance from a positive charge to the center and the distance from a negative charge to the center. If you observe the distance of r and A, the distance of r is much greater than distance of A. Then the term A in this equation is negligibly small. So that I can neglect this term A in this equation. Then this equation can be written as so if r is much greater than A, then here A is neglected, then electric field expression become E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2 pr divided by this one neglected means r square whole square. Then we will get r to the power 4 and outside p cap. Okay. Here one r get cancelled. Then the remaining term is E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2p divided by r cube p cap. Okay. But we know that the unit vector p cap can be written as p vector divided by magnitude of p. Then if I take p here, then I can write p cap into p is equal to p vector. Okay. Then if you observe in this equation, see here it is a magnitude of p and it is a p cap. Then I can write p cap into p as a p vector. If I substitute this one here, then finally I will get the expression E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught to p vector. Instead of a p cap p, I can substitute p vector 2p vector divided by r cube. Okay. So this is the expression for electric field at a point P on the dipole axis due to the electric dipole. So this is a very important derivation. Okay. Now we will discuss another important derivation which is related to the electric dipole. That is nothing but electric field at a point. Electric field at a point on the equatorial line. On the equatorial line. This is also very important derivation. Now, first we consider electric dipole. Here I am considering one positive charge. This one positive charge. And I am considering another charge that is a negative charge. Both has same magnitude. Okay, and they are separated at some distance. Then it is called as electric dipole. And that distance is represented by line. That line is called as a dipole axis or dipole length. And there is a center between the electric dipole. That center is taking as O. Okay, half of the distance, that one taking as A, another half of the distance that is taking as another A. Then total distance between the positive and negative charges is 2A. And we know that electric dipole moment direction always from negative charge to the positive charge. So that electric dipole moment can be represented as P vector and its direction is always from negative charge to positive charge. Now I am drawing one line from the center of the electric dipole. Okay, this is the straight line which is drawn from the center of the electric dipole, and this line is called as a equatorial line. This is the line which is perpendicular to the electric dipole axis and which is drawn from the center of the electric dipole that line is called as an equatorial line. Now I am considering one point P on this equatorial line, and now I am going to find the electric field at this point P due to the electric dipole. And this point P has some distance from center O. That distance is taken as R. And similarly, this point P has a equal distance from positive and negative charge. To represent that distance, I am drawing one line from positive charge to the point P, which represents the distance from positive charge to point P. Similarly, I am drawing another line which represents the distance from negative charge to point P. Okay. Now, what is the distance of a point P from positive charge? That one we will find. Before that, see here. Now, I drawn one line, that is equatorial line, from the center of the dipole axis. Then I am getting the two triangles. That is nothing but right angle triangles. Two right angle triangles. So the distance from positive charge to point P and distance from negative charge to point P are same distance. Then this angle theta is equal to this angle theta. Okay, two angles at two corners are equal. Understood in this case. Now, what is the distance of plus q to P and distance of minus q to P? That one will calculate now. See, if you observe here, this one is the one of the right angle triangle. This is the 90 degree. Okay, this is the theta. We know that from Pythagorean relation or Pythagoras theorem, we know that hypotenuse square is equal to adjacent square plus opposite side square. Okay. If you observe in this right angle triangle, here this one is the hypotenuse square. I want the distance of this one. Then adjacent is this one. Okay, from positive charge to center O, that is the adjacent side, and from point P to O, that is nothing but opposite side. If this one is the theta, then I can write hypotenuse square is equal to adjacent is nothing but A. Adjacent square is A square plus opposite is nothing but O to P distance, that is R. Then it will become R square. Then hypotenuse is equal to square root of A square plus R square. Therefore, I can write from a positive charge to point P, it has a distance square root of A square plus R square. And we also know that the distance from minus q to point P also the same as the distance of plus q to point P. So that I can write this one also, the distance from negative charge to point P as A square plus square root of A square plus R square. Okay. So that are the distances of positive and negative charges at point P. Understood? Now, let us represent the direction of electric field due to the positive and negative charges. We know that due to positive charge, electric field direction is always outward direction. See, due to positive charge, its direction is like this. This is the direction. E plus Q vector. That is the electric field due to the positive charge at point P. Similarly, I am representing the electric field due to the negative charge at point P. But we know that electric field direction due to the negative charge is always inward direction. So this is the inward direction. But they are equal in magnitude. Both the electric fields are equal in magnitude, but directions are different because the distance from positive charge to point P and the distance from negative charge to point P is same distance, so that the magnitude of electric field at point P is same. Okay. So now we will start the derivation. First, the magnitude of electric field. Magnitude of electric field at point P due to positive charge. Magnitude of electric field at point P due to the positive charge, that can be represented as or that can be written as E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by the distance from plus Q to point P is nothing but the square root of A square plus R square, whole square. Okay, here also we are using the formula E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R square. I am taking only the magnitude of electric field. Using this formula I am writing this, but here the distance instead of R square, the distance is the square root of A square plus R square. But here square root and square cancel each other, then it can be written as E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by A square plus R square. Okay, this is the equation 1. This is the electric field at point P due to the positive charge. Similarly, I am writing similarly magnitude of electric field at point P due to minus Q charge can be written as E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by the distance from minus Q to P, that is the square root of A square plus R square. Again square, that means I will get square root and square cancels. After cancellation again I will get A square plus R square. This is equation number 2. Okay, if you observe here, equation 1 is equal to equation 2, right? This equation is for magnitude of electric field at a point P due to the positive charge, so that it is I am taking as E plus Q. This is the equation for magnitude of electric field at a point P due to the negative charge, so that it is written as E minus Q. Understood? Now we know that electric field is a vector quantity, right? If any quantity is vector quantity, we use the concept of a resolution of vector. Resolution of vector is nothing but a splitting of a vector into two components. Here we are splitting the electric field vector due to the positive charge and due to the negative charge into two components. First we will split the electric field due to the positive charge into two components. See, if I split this electric field due to the positive charge into two components, so this is the vertical component of electric field, this is the horizontal component of electric field. Okay, if this angle is theta, then this angle also theta, because this one become now corresponding angles, right? Corresponding angles are equal. Horizontal component of electric field is E plus Q cos theta, and vertical component of the electric field is E plus Q sin theta, right? Then this is the resolution vector for electric field due to positive charge, right? Now we have to consider resolution vector in the case of electric field due to the negative charge also. Then this is the vertical component of electric field for the negative charge, and it can be written as E minus Q sin theta, and its horizontal component can be written as, this is the horizontal component, E minus Q cos theta. Okay, and this angle becomes theta because these are alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles are same. If this one is theta, this one also theta, then it will become E plus Q cos theta, then E minus Q cos theta. This vertical component become E minus Q sin theta. If you observe here, see here, vertical components of electric field due to the positive charge and negative charge, they are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction, so that vertical components of electric field due to the positive and negative charge cancel each other. But if you observe the horizontal components of electric field due to the positive and negative charges, they are in same directions, so that they will add up. Then we are taking the direction of electric field, they are in same directions, so that resultant electric field I can write resultant electric field due to electric dipole, it can be written as E vector is equal to the two electric field due to the two charges are same direction, so that they will add up. I can write E plus Q cos theta plus E minus Q cos theta. E plus Q cos theta plus E minus Q cos theta. I am writing here electric field in vector form, so I should represent the direction. If you observe the direction of electric field, its direction is opposite to that of electric dipole moment direction. So that I am taking as here P cap is the unit vector which is represent the direction of electric field, but electric field direction and electric dipole moment directions are opposite to each other, so that I am taking here minus P cap. Okay, if you observe here in this equation cos theta is the common term, then this expression can be written as E plus Q plus E minus Q cos theta taking out, then minus P cap cos theta is the expression you will get here, right? If you observe equation 1 and equation 2, they are equal in magnitude, so that I can write from equation 1 and equation 2, E plus Q that is equal to E minus Q. Both the equations are same. Then in general I am taking it as an E. Okay, E plus Q is equal to E minus Q. In general I am taking as an E. Then I can write this equation. This is I am taking as equation number 3. Equation 3 becomes E vector is equal to E plus E minus P cap cos theta. Then E vector is equal to E plus E is nothing but 2E minus P cap cos theta. Okay. Now let us see what is the cos theta from this diagram. See, cos theta is nothing but, we know that cos theta is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. So in this diagram you will observe there are two right angle triangles. If you take one right angle triangle here, this one is the adjacent side, this is the one of the right angle triangle, this one is the adjacent side, this is the opposite side, this is the hypotenuse side. Then cos theta is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent is A, hypotenuse is square root of A square plus R square. Then cos theta can be written as adjacent is A, hypotenuse is square root of A square plus R square. Right. If we substitute this one here, and we already know that E is nothing but 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q divided by A square plus R square. We got expression for E, that is 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q divided by A square plus R square, that is from equation 1 and equation 2. If I substitute these two terms in this expression, then I will get E vector is equal to 2 into E is nothing but 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q divided by A square plus R square, right, into minus P cap cos theta we already got, that is A divided by square root of A square plus R square. Square root of A square plus R square I can write A square plus R square to the power half, right? Square root I can write like this. Then in denominator if you observe, this is A square plus R square to the power 1, this is A square plus R square to the power 1 by half, 1 by 2. Then you will get A square plus R square to the power 3 by 2. then this equation can be written as E vector is equal to 2 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q a square plus r square to the power 3 by 2, and outside there is a on a numerator, that a I am taking inside, and I will get minus p cap. Okay, minus p cap. And here 1 2 is there, that is outside the bracket. These two also I am taking inside the bracket. Then it will become 2aq. But we know that 2aq is nothing but electric dipole moment. Electric dipole moment means it is the product of magnitude of one of the charge and the distance between two charges. The distance between two charges is 2a. Magnitude of one of the charges is q. That means I can write P is equal to 2aq. This is the electric dipole moment. Then by substituting that, I will get E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P divided by a square plus r square to the power 3 by 2 minus p cap. Okay. And if you observe here, the distance of r is nothing but the distance from center of the dipole to the point P, and distance of A, that is the distance from positive charge to center or from negative charge to center. The distance of r is much greater than distance of A. Then I can neglect the term A in this expression. Then if r is much greater than A, then I will get E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P divided by, I am neglecting the term A, then I will get r square to the power 3 by 2. R square to the power 3 by 2 means here 2 to get cancelled. Finally I will get r cube minus p cap. Okay. But unit vector we can write as, that is p cap. We can write p vector divided by magnitude of p. Right, p vector divided by magnitude of p. Then if I take p here, then p cap into p, I can write p vector. If I substitute p cap into p here, then I can write p cap into p as a p vector. Then this equation can be written as E vector is equal to, but one minus is there, then I am taking minus here, minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught p into p cap, p vector divided by r cube. Okay, so this is the expression for electric field at a point P on the equatorial line. This is also very important derivation. So that we derived the two expressions in today's class. That is expression for electric field at a point on the dipole axis, and another one is nothing but the expression for electric field at a point on the equatorial line. If we observe both the equations, and we also got an expression for electric field on the dipole axis. On the dipole axis, that is E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2p vector divided by r cube. So this is on the dipole axis and this is on the equatorial line. If we observe two equations, the expression for electric field on the dipole axis is 2 times the electric field on the equatorial line. That means electric field on the dipole axis is more compared to the electric field on the equatorial line. How much more means it is twice the electric field at a point on the equatorial line. Okay, that means electric field at a point on the dipole axis is twice the electric field at a point on the equatorial line. So that is about two important derivations which is related to the electric dipole.